Owen a 1-1 draw with Inverness to open the campaign. Your thoughts on the match?
Well, obviously I don't think anybody would have tipped us to come up and get a positive result, although we certainly felt that. I've got to say in the first half, I mean I felt overall it was a terrific performance, but in the first half we could easily have been in 3 or 4 goals at half time. Annoyed, a bit frustrated about losing the goal right on the stroke of half time, which was easily avoidable. I think we made a couple of errors in clearing our lines. That's something we have to learn, because obviously when you move up the levels you're playing against better players and you will be punished by them, and that's what happened. That being said, to come up here and give that level of performance, the football we played, the chances we made, so I think we've showed that we will be competitive in the division. That was obviously key that we started to show that early. A bit frustrated we're not leaving with 3 points, if I'm honest. That being said, you know, they're a good side. They did put us under pressure at times. So got back an aerial threat, obviously corners, but we dealt with them really well today, and so fair play to the lads for standing up to that. And of course they're quick in the counter attack. Mackay, Samuel's got really good pace, but listen, we were great in transition. We moved the ball well. I mean, the amount of opportunities we had, and I mean gilt edge chances. Grant Savoury in the second half, Joshua Pake second half. Never mind the stuff that we had in the first half. So all in all, yeah, it was a terrific performance. And if anybody watching that game, I think they'd probably felt that Queen's Park merited the 3 points over the balance of the game.
Yeah, you mentioned those chances. On another day we could have been 2 or 3 up before we concede. It must be really pleasing in terms of how we've played and how we're creating them.
Absolutely. I mean, Simon's in there a little bit frustrated because he's not scored, but I said to Simon, I mean, I played that position. The time I worried when I wasn't getting chances, because then the team wasn't creating and I wasn't in the right spot. Simon's finding himself in the right spot, and the more he keeps, you know, repetition going into goal, he's a natural goal scorer. He'll get a share of goals. So yeah, we're delighted with the chances we created, the way we played, coming here against a team that narrowly lost out and going to the Premier League. So, and they've carried all before them in their League Cup group, won at Livingston as well. So we've shown today that, you know, Queen's Park are in the process of building a very good team. We're nowhere near where I want to be, but we will get better. I will try and continue to add before the window closes to make us stronger and make us really, you know, fighting for those spots. And yeah, we're looking forward to that.
It was a real team performance in the second half when Inverness started asking more questions of us.
Yeah, well, obviously we had a number of injuries to contend with. Jack Thompson tweaked his knee, had to come off at half time. Then Jake Davison's calf tightened up on the point that, you know, if we carried on there was a chance we'd risk injury to that. And then of course there was 1 or 2 other little knocks that we had to contend with. So when you do that, you get a wee bit out of sync. But that being said, if you actually look at the best chances in the second half, they were Queen's Park's again. Inverness did a bit of pressure, a few crosses coming in. I think Caley had a couple of ones I would expect him to save, but because he's such a top goalkeeper. But I think on the balance of what you call real goal scoring chances, they certainly all fell to Queen's Park.
All in all, a really good 90 minutes. It sets us up for our first home game against Ayr United next Friday.
Yeah, well, it sets us up for our first home from home game, if you want to call it that. But you know, obviously we thank Dennis Smith for helping us out in the short term, but we can't wait to get back to a real home. And I've got to say a big thank you to those fans that came today. I mean, I ushered every one of the players over to see them, because, you know, to take the time, the expense to come and follow the team here, and they were so vocal all day. So, you know, thank you for that. It means a lot to us. I know people say we don't have the biggest fan group, but they come, they're noisy, they get behind their team. So from me, from the staff and all the players, thank you so much.
Thank you, Owen.
Pleasure as always.